In what is sure to be one of the most divisive Modern Warfare campaigns to date, Modern Warfare 3's single player experience is now live, assuming you pre ordered. And if you know me and you know this channel, I am an absolute fan of Call of Duty. So I absolutely pre ordered this second that I could. And today's the day I got to finally put my hands on the Modern Warfare 3 single-player campaign. And I've played about 3 hours. I am probably halfway through. You're looking at gameplay from one of the early missions. And I have mixed feelings on it. Modern Warfare's campaign has always been larger than life. Very distinct cutscenes, very distinct set pieces, cinematics, and things that are just like, wow, this is really, really cool. Of course, it's insanely far-fetched, way over the top, but that's okay. That's what Modern Warfare has always been. And I was worried when I saw that Modern Warfare 3 was going to a semi-open world. While that sounds cool on paper, the truth is Modern Warfare already has semi-open world experiences in Warzone and DMZ. They had it when they released Zombies back in Cold War, and they're going to have it again when they release Zombies next week at the launch of the game. But I thought to myself, okay, I have faith. They know what the fans want. They know we want these larger-than-life moments. They know that we want an interesting story that moves at a pretty fast pace. Of course, the heroes are always going to be on their heels, chasing the villains, and then they're going to result in some epic showdown, some crazy things going to happen, and we're going to get ourselves a really cool, interesting ending. And unfortunately, and this is definitely an unfortunately, I feel like this is just Warzone with cutscenes. And that's exactly what I was afraid was going to happen, because while they did say, hey, we're going to be recording voice lines and we're going to have this more quiet variant of voice lines, and then we're also going to have this other variant where the characters are screaming, going wild. You're going to be able to play this game, maximum replayability. You can go loud or you can go stealthy. The choices are yours. I'm like, okay, I could see this being interesting if the objectives are fun, if the missions are unique. And then I thought to myself, well, how far are they going to take this? Are they going to make this like a Metroidvania where you're going to have to go do something first? You have to go get the red key card. You have to go get the grapple gun. You have to go get this special weapon in order to proceed to another part of the mission. Yeah, you do, but they're very, very basic. And I think I just told you all the variants that I encountered in my playthrough. There was nothing that felt insane and pressing over the top. Yes, the dialogue was zippy. Yes, the combat feels fresh and fun, but it just is lacking that real energy, I think, that the old campaigns had, and that's unfortunate. I would say that this is best enjoyed by somebody who has not played Call of Duty at all in the last 2 or 3 years, who knows nothing about DMZ, who knows nothing about Warzone, who knows nothing about the zombie mode in Cold War, where you're going to just enter this world and you're going to be blown away by the fact that there's tons of terrain. There's pipes and hills and places to jump on and skylights to crash down from. You're going to be able to walk through various buildings and loot storage crates to unlock new guns that will be part of your armory, and upgrade your armor vest and find hidden weapons and take vehicles and drive around the map and crash into enemies and through barrels and explode and have some of these high octane moments for sure. But if you've already been doing this for the last year, as most of us have on DMZ and on Warzone, well, this is just more of that. There was never really any special emphasis or any real special excitement that adds to this. Yes, you get really great CGI cutscenes. You get to see all your favorite characters taking on a insanely diabolical villain. And while that is fun, it just doesn't seem to piece it together in the gameplay moments. And that really sucks. And that's so frustrating. I wanted so much more. I wanted this to be something greater than just more of the same, and it just doesn't seem to hit the mark. It really feels like it's an advertisement for you to go out and play Warzone and DMZ. And your mileage will vary absolutely on the campaign, because as you open up the map, it's going to tell you very specific things to do. And you could go straight to those things, or you could wander around a little bit and find some of the orange kind of like legendary crates that exist that will unlock some really special gun. A shotgun with flame rounds, or a really high-powered sniper rifle with a really cool scope on it, or some sort of explosive weapon, or a kill streak like a mortar strike or a VTOL, something like that. And they're all great and fun to use. You don't necessarily need them. And that's why I say your mileage is going to vary depending on how much of an like action game you want this to be versus how much you just want to stick like nose to just run right in, nose on the mission. I'm not doing anything else. I'm going straight for it. And you're probably going to have a much different experience than I had, because I did spend time walking around and collecting things. And I did look around to find different parts of the map. Now, I never like fully completed a map. You don't have to. As I said, you could beat each level with the starting weapon you get. You will have to go off to predetermined areas, which are very clearly marked in some instances, to get like a rope ascender or a parachute, because your character always seems to not have all the tools necessary for the job, which is kind of comical. But I would have loved to see that system pushed even further, and just own the fact that it could have been a Metroidvania, or own the fact that if you alert guards in one part of the map, the entire rest of the map is going to be gunning for you. But instead, you have these little pockets of engagements with AI, and you're going to spend a lot of time looting empty buildings where all the guards are dead. Or inversely, you're going to spend a lot of time being shot by some guard who's 7 buildings away with like perfect fire. You're going to be trying to figure out, why are you getting sniped and why are your plates burning so fast? And then you're going to be like, oh, there's a guy like way out over there I got to take out. The AI never really seemed that intelligent in terms of strafing maneuvers or calling in reinforcements. As I said, you can kill enemies in one area, and then in the other area they don't really seem to notice. Sometimes I'll shoot a guard like right there and he'll run away. And he won't alert his friends. He'll just you'll watch the map, it'll just go from like danger red to just cautionary yellow. And then eventually it'll just return to normal, even though the guy just got kind of clipped. Like, they don't have this sense of AI. And I feel like this AI was probably ported from the other Modern Warfare games, where they were definitely more linear in fashion, where there wasn't really a lot of places to hide. And it was these kind of bullet hell gun corridors where you were just going absolutely nuts and destroying wave after wave after wave of difficult enemy. And there wasn't really a lot of places to hide, which is why the AI maybe seemed a little bit better. But here you don't have that. There were a few instances I was pleasantly surprised, particularly on the exploration. There's a lot of places where the doors are jammed and you have to find a way to get inside. Sometimes it's as simple as jumping up on a roof. Other times it was a little more ingenious, like getting up on a roof and throwing a grenade down a hole, which blew up a barrel, which then blew open the door, which allowed you to get the treasure. That was fun. But none of the kill streaks, none of the kind of special weapons that I got radically changed my gameplay. And because you're opening so many loot crates on every map, and you're finding so many of these unique weapons on every single map, the reality is they don't feel special enough to use. You're going to use one, and then within 2 or 3 minutes, you're already in another building, already collecting another special gun, and you're most likely going to swap out for the one you have to try the new one. And it's going to be a lot of that consistently. And that was very frustrating. I wanted more from this. I think it's serviceable to the story. There were some really cool twists and turns. Where you had an expectation of what you thought was going to happen based on previous Modern Warfares, and they would flip the script somehow. Something would change. There would be an enemy turning on another enemy in a way that you didn't think that was going to happen. The heroes will find themselves in, like I said, precarious situations that it's going to be, up to them to solve by using, some of these more crazy areas and some of the crazier set pieces you'll uncover, but nothing really stuck out to me, and that's kind of sad. The gunplay felt phenomenal. The sound effects were good. The music was pretty much non-existent because since you're kind of beaming in and you're only really hearing your character talk or some of the cross comms that they're doing with some of the other NPCs, like you normally have somebody in your ear giving you instructions. And honestly, being annoying at times, reminding you over and over and over incessantly what the objective is, even though you want to go out and explore and check out some of the different things to find in the game. They're going to constantly remind you of this. So it doesn't leave a lot of room for a really great soundtrack or any real, catchy music in the background. Even the vehicles that you get in, there's no war tracks. So when you get in a vehicle, it's just silent. You're just going to hear the engine and the road noise. And, obviously you can slam over some of the crates and slam into guys and hit explosive barrels and all this kind of fun stuff. But you're not going to be jamming out to anything. You're not going to say, man, this song's like really getting my blood flowing, or this moment of the game really kind of picks up an amplitude. This never really happens. It just seems like it's different set pieces from Warzone or from a DMZ map with some light dialogue over the background. I can't tell if they were really trying here to do something original and it didn't quite hit the mark, or they were just being flat up lazy. It's hard to say, honestly, because I feel like they could have done better. And while I wasn't expecting anything from like a raid caliber, I really thought that the introduction of the raids and how critically acclaimed they were received after the Modern Warfare 2 campaign, I really thought that some of those elements would find their way into here. And you would have some of those very unique shooting puzzles or jumping puzzles or different things that really mixed up the gameplay, and where you would sit there and say, I can't believe Call of Duty did that, or I can't believe I just finished this in this kind of game. I know that's how I felt in all the chapters of the raid playing with my friends. Here, it was just basically, okay, you're going to parachute in or you're going to come in and you're already on the ground. The map is covered by the fog of war. Here's 1 or 2 objectives that you need to complete. Walk around, pick up some orange crates if you would like, and then go do the thing, and we'll give you a little cutscene. Here's your celebration. You get your gun skin or your character or whatever it happens to be, and okay, off to the next mission. And it's just kind of rinse and repeat over and over and over, and that variance never really changes. So some good, I think more bad than good. Definitely not my favorite campaign. I was really, like I said, I think they had a lot to draw on when you look at the success of the raids, when you look at the success of what DMZ turned into be, and some of the really fun mechanics, gameplay that I think we wanted to expect from Call of Duty. We just never quite got. I still do recommend this game. I know the multiplayer is going to be amazing. I have a feeling zombies is going to really kind of what makes or break this game for most people, considering DMZ is free, considering Warzone is free. I think I'm one of the few people who still really enjoys multiplayer. I play multiplayer constantly, and I really enjoy just shipment and, running around and just leveling up guns and that sort of thing. And you don't really get a sense of what that will look like in this game from the single player experience. But the guns that are available, even if they are repeats from Modern Warfare 2, have a little bit more polish to them in their sound effects. They sound a little more refined. The hit markers feel and sound good. So I think they're in a good place mechanically. It was just they had a great opportunity and a great canvas to pull from some really great lessons that I had thought they had learned over the last couple years. But it seems like they just kind of reverted to the same old. And you'll see exactly what I mean when you're walking over to the same armor bench for the 30th time, and there's stacks of grenades and stacks of metal armor plates, and there's a new gun that you haven't picked up, and you're going to think to yourself, didn't I just do this like 9 times ago already on the last 5 missions? And the answer is yes. Yes, you did. So that's my thoughts on the single-player campaign of Modern Warfare 3. Good, not great. I want more, and I don't think we're going to get it. I'll be very curious to see how the game progresses, if we do get any sort of raid, or if we do get any sort of post content that isn't related directly to zombies. But like I said, I'm pretty sure this is going to be the season of zombies. I think that's what's going to carry this experience. So we'll see when it launches here in just about a week from now. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.